Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 70, and boy oh boy, was I never expecting to be saying that. Episode 70! 70 episodes on this same server, same world. I mean, really, that is pretty impressive, considering the fact that before I started Hermitcraft, the longest running LP I ever had lasted for a whopping 15 episodes. So 70 episodes is pretty good. When I joined Hermitcraft, I had, I think, 95,000 subscribers, and now here I am at around about 85,000 subscribers. So that's a huge amount of growth. Not only that, but I feel like I have got 10 times better at making videos since then. I go back and watch some of the videos that I made, and I was like, wow, well, people actually subscribed to me back then. It is really strange going back and taking a look at old videos that you did that you thought were amazing at the time, and then you watch them back and you're like, it's average. And I'm sure I am going to do the same thing in the future. Like in a year's time, I'll look back at episode 70 of Hermitcraft and I'll be like, pah, what a noob, I was awful, my commentary sucks, etc, etc, etc. But what are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, the first thing that I want to do is I want to head over to the Ender Render because I want to do a ton of enchanting. I want at least 9 pickaxes, 4 shovels, 4 axes, all up to efficiency 5, because we are going to be doing a bunch of stuff in today's episode that I am very excited about. So, let's begin. Here is my inventory, looking pretty good, isn't it? But more importantly, check out the new end room. This is how we get through to the end in the Hermitcraft server, and I don't know if any of you remember, but it used to be absolutely awful. It was just a stripped out stronghold, didn't look good whatsoever, but Slipgator, the friendly neighborhood Slipgator, has come along and revamped it for us, and it looks really, really great. I especially like this thing on the wall. So if you want to check out Slip, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. I will also put a link to his video in the description. Hopefully I remember, otherwise please do remind me in the comment section. But anyway, through to the end, because we are going to get enchanting. Okay, so the first level of enchanting has now been completed, and that means that I have got myself an inventory full of wondrous shiny machines. So here we go. I have just got myself a bunch of fairly decent enchantments. I haven't used any of the books yet. This is just through manual enchanting, and I have to admit, I am fairly impressed with the haul that we managed to get. Look, we even got a Silk Touch pickaxe. We got a whole ton of efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. Really, those are the perfect ones that we want to be getting, because these are going to be our digging and building pickaxes. And then as far as the axes and shovels are concerned, I probably don't need to go any further on these. I don't need to use any of the books because they are already pretty sweet. So we are in a good position here. Now I am once again going to go ham on these Endermen, get to all of their levels, and put all of these books onto all of these pickaxes. We are going to be the absolute Terminator of the Hermitcraft server. It's going to be awesome. As I said earlier, absolute Terminator. Look at all of these efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3 pickaxes we've got, and also of course we have this one at the end. I haven't been able to add an efficiency book to that one because I ran out of them, but I also did a few bits and bobs with our axes and shovels, so now that one has got Unbreaking 3 on it, and one of the other shovels has been improved as well. Once again, I ran out of efficiency books because we were using so many of them, but there we go. We have managed to get ourselves a sweet set of tools. This is really going to be great fun. So now what we are going to be doing is heading back over to that Mesa biome, because I want to finish up on old projects. I want to clear out that entire mountain, get rid of the whole thing. It should be good fun, so let's go. So here we are in the 1.8 terrain. This is a Mesa biome. If you've never seen one of these before, then clearly you are not staying up to date with your Minecraft updates. This was introduced in Minecraft 1.7, and really it is my favorite biome they added, just because it is so different from anything else that was in Minecraft before. It's like a disco biome, and I really do love it. I think they are great, and maybe one day I will end up with a base in a Mesa biome. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, in the last episode we cleared out this massive chunk of of this land here, and we are going to be doing a little bit more of that today because I've got myself a beacon, so that means that we can insta-mine all of the hardened clay. It should be really good fun, and I hope to get all the way down to the floor. Seriously, it shouldn't take too long. With Instamine, you can pretty much do anything. So what I'm going to do is set myself up with a third-person time-lapse. I'm going to go ham on this place, and we will see what we can do. Well, I for one feel like that went extremely well. We did around about 35 to 40 minutes worth of mining there, and we managed to get ourselves a ridiculous boatload of hardened clay, as I'm sure you can imagine. So if we just take a look in this double chest, we've got bada bing bada boom, and another double chest there as well, all full to the brim, almost, with this one of hardened clay. I mean, really, that has been a pretty sweet haul, and we have managed to take out just such a huge amount of landmass here. If we take a look back, you know, we can just look up and say, yeah, I did that. And although it may be nothing compared to the giant hole that I currently have in the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle base, this thing is still pretty sweet, and I am fairly happy with it. But you may be wondering, I'm sure there's at least a handful of you that are wondering, why on earth do you need this much hardened clay? You cannot be using all of that. And truth be told, I don't need all of that hardened clay, but we are going to be putting some of it to good use. We are going to be heading over to the new Hermiton because I have got an awesome project planned. I've been super excited for this one. So yeah, let's head over there and I will explain everything that needs to be explained. Since I last saw you, I have been just a little bit busy. First off, I ate my dinner, and then I came upstairs to create some mazes, because we are going to be working on something known as the Labyrinth project. Now, this is a build that is going to be going into the new Hermiton in the 1.8 area, and it is a place in which hermits can come and get lost. Essentially, they are going to try and conquer my maze within a time limit to get themselves a prize such as a diamond or maybe even a diamond block, because some of these are incredibly difficult. Now, I just want to give you a heads up, I am no maze maker. Building actual mazes requires quite a lot of mathematical skill, algorithms and things like that, and humans in general aren't particularly good at making mazes, as we always try and concentrate on how to get the person to fail, and that generally leads them to a very easy solution. So yeah, I have tried my best to create these as diabolical as possible. Some of them are easier than others. I have tested a few of them, but what I'm going to do now is clone these so they are in a nice big tower, and that is how our maze is going to be. It's going to be a multi-floor type deal. So what I'm going to do is, yes, I will MC edit them so that they are in a tower, and I will give it a test myself and see just how difficult this actually is. As the designer of this maze, I am going to try and set the benchmark time, so get your stopwatches ready. I want to know the exact time that it took me to finish this maze, alright? So, in 3... Oh, I've missed it, hang on. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So, where do I go in here? It gets very, very confusing very quickly. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Right, so we've done the first layer, run around, oh, it's so difficult. It really is. Damn it. Why have I been such an arse in terms of maze design? This is actually quite impressive how easy it is to get lost in here. But yes, we've done the second layer. where do I go from here? I'm trying to remember in my head what it looked like from above, but I cannot for the life of me do it. It's not down there, is it? Down here? Nope, not that one either. Oh, this looks promising. This looks promising. Right, okay, so that is the third layer done. Oh, which way to go? Which way to go? This way. We'll be decisive. We won't spend too long fannying about. Can't see anything down there. No, that is not the exit. Let's get out of there. Oh, is it over here? Is this it? Have I found it? No, that's taking me back to the beginning. But yes, we are back here. Okay, so now this is the last layer. Oh, where am I? Where am I? I'm getting so lost so quickly. Is that it? No. Oh, I had false hope there. I thought we had finished. I think the finish should be somewhere over here. Is it over here? This has got to be it. Yes, okay, so that is that done. We have finished. Oh, that is actually quite difficult. I don't know what time I'm going to set as the one to beat, but that was actually really fun, and I'm looking forward to the hermits giving this one a go. Now, to do this project, we are going to need quite a lot of glowstone, and I spoke to Biffa about this because, yes, I am still scared of going out into the nether and finding it, and also all of the glowstone nearby is gone, and I spoke to him and he was like, yep, you can come along and buy some. So I've got myself 4 diamonds for 1 stack of glowstone blocks, and I'm going to try and end a pearl over here. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. No. Oh no, that has not gone well in the slightest. We are right down on the floor now, and I have no idea how to get back up to Biffa's base. Silly me. As it happens, Biffa only had 13 pieces of glowstone, which is a bit of a shame. I was expecting him to have absolutely tons from his witch farm, but clearly he has been using a lot of it himself, so instead I gave him just 1 diamond. I apologise, Biffa, you could have made the mother load today with 4 diamonds if you just had that little bit extra glowstone. But anyway, that is going to be more than enough for the minute, because we are just going to be working on the decoration and the lobby area right now, so we shouldn't need too much glowstone. So let's head back over to the Hermiton, and we can crack on with this project. Where on earth am I? That's probably the thought that is going through your brain right now. Yeah, I've done quite a lot of stuff since the last cut. In fact, I believe the last cut I was over at Biffa's base, and now I am in this strange room that none of you will recognise. Well, this is actually the beginnings of our Labyrinth project. This is the lobby, the place in which you will drop down to before going into the maze. And before anyone comments on it, don't worry, this horrible, stripy entranceway is going to go soon. But I've got a little bit of explanation to do here, because I'm sure most of you are wondering, where were the progress updates? Where was the time lapse? Where was anything that let us know that you were going to be doing this? Basically, I started building this, and then I was just getting ready to do my first progress update, and a couple of guys came round in a van, and they said, give me your computer. No, I'm just kidding. They came round to do the double glazing, so that meant that really I couldn't do a whole lot. So I was just sort of sat there, and I can't really talk to them because there was 2 of them, and they were talking about Windows and stuff, and I don't understand Windows. So yeah, I just decided to crack on, get to work on building this thing. So this is what I've come up with. Once again, completely ignore this entranceway. It is horrible. I was going for like a circus look, like a fairground ride. No, we're not going to be going for that. So anyway, what you'll do is you'll walk along here. It will look a lot prettier. Ugh, it's horrible. And then you'll drop down into some water at the bottom, and you will be in this room. Now, this room is an interesting one. I have never used hardened clay before in a build. I've never really used birchwood in a build for absolutely ages anyway, and by the look of things, I've forgotten a little bit here. But, yeah, I personally think that this is really quite nice. I mean, there's a lot of stone brick going on, don't get me wrong, and it's quite a safe build in terms of the colours that I've used. They all go well together. For example, we've got like red and slightly pink, and then half slabs just go with everything, and birchwood is one of those light colours that will pretty much go with anything. So all in all, it's been a fairly safe build, but I think it looks pretty good. I am fairly happy with this lobby area, and then our maze is going to come off through one of these doorways. And a good thing about this design that I've done is that it is completely symmetrical on each one of the sides. So I was thinking that perhaps maybe one day we might want to build a second maze, perhaps a harder one, perhaps a bigger one that could go off one way, and then maybe another maze. Hey, another one. I don't know, we could make like a maze central. It would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, I apologise for not doing any of the progress updates there. I would have done, but obviously I'm not going to record with them about. That would be really, really awkward. So I decided that I would get to work, use my time effectively. But now what we are going to do is we are going to work on the entranceway, because like I say, it's not going to be staying like that. That is disgusting. So I have done a little bit more work on our entrance area now. It's much less, look at me, it's more, come inside. It's actually quite pleasant. We can have a nice time in here. That's the sort of style that I'm going for right now, but I have to admit, I am feeling very lost when building with hardened clay. You may have noticed throughout most of my builds, I very much rely on using various different greys and also blocks with good block textures. That is why I use a lot of stone bricks and stone half slabs. Look, if we take a look out here, this is one of my previous builds, nice and grey, as you can see, and all of these blocks here, I would say, have a nice block texture. They've got the stone bricks, looks like a nice block, and so do the stone half slabs, and that is why coming over here, this is all really scary stuff, because it's got no block texture, and also it's a very bright colour. I can't rely on everything working together automatically. I sort of have to think about the different colours that I'm using, so I don't know, perhaps these two really don't go and I just haven't noticed it yet. But anyway, I feel like this looks okay. It looks alright. If anyone in the comment section is really, really good at building, please could you give me a few tips for building with hardened clay? That would be incredibly helpful. But anyway, I am now going to start work on our little drop chute here. Hopefully I can come up with something fairly decent. If not, then, well, I'm going to be in trouble, aren't I? Welcome to the second and final progress update on this build. If we just turn around here, you can see that I haven't done a whole lot. We have got a light up at the top, that does its job well, keeping everything bright, and we've got another one up here with a red roof. Ooh, nice and raunchy, but then if we take a look around here, everything gets slightly less raunchy and a little bit more boring. But here's my problem, okay? These blocks that you can see down at the bottom, this bottom line, these are all part of the ceiling for this room down here. And that means that I can't really experiment too much with the blocks, because otherwise we're just going to have a line of pink down at the bottom and it won't look very good. So I've had to use pink for the whole thing. And although it's a nice colour, I quite like it, over large spaces it is extremely boring. So that is why I've added in these gumdrop buttons that you can see in the walls that I actually think look fairly decent. I'm actually quite happy with them. But yeah, this whole build is actually now done. All we have to do now is add in the maze. But we aren't going to be doing that in today's episode, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have run out of time. You can look forward to that one in the next episode. I am very excited to be building the maze. It's going to be a sweet build, and I cannot wait to see all of the hermits trying it out. But if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.